Well, greetings, y'all, and welcome back, everybody else. I have something kind of interesting I want to show off today. When was the last time you saw one of these? This is the M7 bayonet, and this one is still in very good condition. I'm not even really going to do any, cleaning or anything on it. I'm going to, kind of leave it just like this. It's in really good shape. My dad came across this somewhere, and this is just in our collection. I was looking up information on these things, and I'm sure there's a lot that you guys can tell me about this model that I won't mention in the video. Again, I don't claim to be an expert on anything really, but one of the things that I found interesting, even before we get to the bayonet, was the scabbard. When I was looking up, finding information on these things, I found where these scabbards were made by the Pennsylvania Working Home for the Blind. And even in, modern days, everybody's heard of, different, companies employing blind citizens to either make things or package things or whatever. But yeah, these were made by blind citizens in Pennsylvania, and I think they may have renamed that over the years. But this was when I looked up. I don't know if you can see it stamped in there, but that USM 8AI PWH, and I think that PWH has something to do with the Pennsylvania Working Home for the blind. Yeah, they produce these. These really first came out. These were first produced in 1965. These scabbards were produced by that group in Pennsylvania from 1965 to 1969. 1965 was still the earliest stages of the Vietnam War, and the actual bayonet, the M7 bayonet, was specifically designed for the M16, which was brand new at the time. It was a completely new firearm that the military had adopted, that had been developed, and this was designed for that. And if you've all seen the end of a classic M16, the barrel actually went through this loop, through this ring here, and stuck out, and then back here, I don't know if that'll focus, but you can see how these springs out, these jaws slid over, right there, slid over like a tab, a locking tab, and these little spring-loaded arms captured around it. And that's how it held it on. So it held on the bottom like this. The barrel was on top. So the bayonet would be under the barrel, and that little bracket or that little tab was on the bottom of the muzzle there. Slides on, and it just slid into place, and then to release it, you just squeeze these little ears open to bring those arms out, slide it off. I went through Army basic training in 2005. I started in November, went to Fort Leonard Wood, and I did Army basic training and MP school kind of all at the same time. We were still training on these. Now, we honestly don't remember. I think we were still training with the M16. I think. Yeah. We were actually given the M16, and that's what we originally learned to shoot on. It's what we went to the range to do our qualifications on, and we trained with these bayonets. And any of you guys that are also in the military, you probably remember doing that kind of training. You fix a bayonet, whether it was a real one or a dummy one, and you had some kind of dummy like a stack of tires or something, and you would have to stick at it, twist, and come out, and stick at it and twist and come out, and both sides. Yeah, it's a classic training move. But yeah, just wanted to show this thing off. Like I said, these were got really popular during the Vietnam War. They were first developed then, like I said, for the M16, who had just come out, and these have been used and issued in every conflict that the United States has been involved in, from Vietnam up till now. Vietnam, the Gulf War, Desert Storm, all the way up through the Iraqi War. These were there. The little bit of a dimensions, I guess, on these things. Overall, it's 11 3/4 long with a 6 3/4 blade. And then if you can tell, if you noticed or if you've ever seen these things, one side is sharp, all the way down, and then the other side's only sharp for, I think that's 3 inches. So yeah, only 3 inches of the very end of it is sharp on both sides. So yeah, like I said, just wanted to show these off. These were made by, it seems like, everybody. In the information that I found online, I mean, these were manufactured by Colt, Ontario Knife Company, General Cutlery, Fraser Manufacturing, Imperial Knife Company, all and more. Yeah, there was a list of, probably 10 manufacturers that made this thing, and I doubt you're going to be able to see it, but stamped right here is Imperial. None of the regardless of who the manufacturer is, none of the blades were ever stamped. From what I gather from my reading, but they would stamp this guard here, and right there, yeah, you can't really tell, but it's stamped Imperial. So this one was made by Imperial Blade Company, I think was the name of it. But again, yeah, like I said, guys, just wanted to show this off. You don't see too many of these anymore. I'm not saying the military's getting away from them, but they sure don't, train on these and carry these and depend on them like they used to, for sure. And obviously, just a good fighting knife. Even if not used as a bayonet, I mean, that's one heck of a fixed blade. Very well made, very well constructed. I mean, there is nothing on this thing is loose or rattles. I mean, everything is still in very good shape. The screws are still in there good. The springs are still good on this release. But yeah, figured y'all would enjoy seeing that. Just wanted to show that off. Do y'all have any old, military stuff that y'all have got that may be aging a little bit, that they don't really use a whole lot? Post a photo or something. But yeah, just want to show this off. Thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for all the new subscribers we've gotten here lately, and to all you other YouTubers out there that have helped me along. I appreciate the help. I sure have, and hope to see y'all soon at the coming Deep South Knife Show in Wiggins. I'll put the graphic up there for it, but we got that coming up in 5 weeks. Well, by the time you see this video, it's probably going to be 4 weeks. But about another month. April 17th and 18th, I believe it is. So Friday, whatever the Friday and Saturday is. I believe it's 17th and 18th down in Wiggins. I believe the admission is going to be $5. And Friday, it's going to run from 10 to 5. And Saturday, it'll run from 9 to 5. So looking forward to seeing all of y'all there. Have a great week.